All right, what's up? Happy Friday. It is Fierce Friday. It is also Follow Up Friday. It's back to school clothes shopping again Friday. It is Podcast Friday. What else is going on my schedule? Got to get a haircut for the kid before they go back to so many things. I know I'm not the only one. We all got things on our plate, things to do. It's like if you show up on social media, this is all you do all day long. This is like a 15-minute bit of the day. So these are the things. And what the topic of today is shouldville, basically, right? Like feeling about where we should be. So on the Daily Fight today, my name is Robin Tanner, and I am your host and your guide and your coach as we journey through and fight for your future self and get you the hell out of shouldville, because it is no place to live. But I say all of these things to you, right? Because you've got a laundry list of things that you need to do, which, by the way, I got another load of laundry to do. I usually do like one or two a day because there was a time when I first started my business. Let me tell you a quick story. Um, not when I first started my business, probably maybe 2 or 3 years into my business, I was working so much, I was training so much. I had just recently had taken over everything all on my own, and my laundry was absurd. It was ridiculous. I probably had like 6 or 7, 8 piles. I mean, this high of laundry between me and my two kids that I could not keep up with. And it was one of those things where it was like, I should just hire a maid or I should hire a cleaning person. And I couldn't keep up with it. It made me feel really inept, like I was failing. I would come home to like this dirty pile of laundry everywhere after I had been encouraging and motivating and lifting people up all day long. And then I would come home to this mess of a house and I couldn't keep it all up. And there was all of these expectations and shoulds that I put on myself because of standards that I had set for myself, because of goals and aspirations and ambitions that I had, not just for me, but for the business, for my kids, for the people, for the clients that I was training up. And I was really falling short because of all of those shoulds and those standards. And I know it sounds silly with laundry, but I know I'm not alone here. There's probably something else, right? Like there's a closet or a garage, or there's dishes in the sink, and there's doctor's appointments that you should be making. There's people you should be visiting, friends you should be hanging out with, books that you should be reading, documentaries or podcasts you should be listening to. Like we put these unnecessary and sometimes ridiculous pressures on ourselves. And if we can't do it all, then we don't do it at all. And don't miss that. If you can't do it all, right, then we don't do it at all. And that was the thing. This laundry was just piling up and piling up and piling up. And then I would just literally see it every day and feel like less and less and less and less of a person and a mom and just this human. And it was really just me trying to get by and trying to survive. And I was stuck in this like perpetual cycle of feeling shitty about myself because I simply couldn't do one load of laundry a day. So now you'll probably see in my podcast or any of my lives or people that coach with me, I do laundry like every other day. And it's because by doing one little piece a day allows me to keep up with it. It allows me to not see like the piles and piles of mess that I have let go because I couldn't do it all at once. And so often I think in times we do this, that if we can't do it all, right? Like I used to have clients that are like, I didn't do the workout today because I didn't have time. And I'm like, well, I only had time for 10 minutes, so I didn't do it at all. And I'm like, why didn't you just do 10 minutes? Why not just do a little bit? Why not just work on it for 10 minutes? And I'm guilty of this with my writing, right? Like if I can't sit down and block out 2 or 3 hours, then it's not worth writing. Meanwhile, if I had blocked out 10 or 15 minutes or just took in 10 or 15 minutes to write a little bit each day by the end of the week, right? Like I've got an hour or 2 hours that all those pieces put together, a huge stride and progress in that project. But we live in this place where we have these expectations that make us feel like we should be doing this or at this pace or at this level. And now I did a podcast not too long ago about Shouldville. So just scroll back down. It was maybe like 2 weeks ago. I just started this podcast. There's not that many recordings. I know they're daily, but they're really just fire you up and get you thinking. I believe this fall I'll be moving to weekly podcasts, a little bit more in depth with more coaching, possibly twice a week. I'm not quite so sure yet, but anyhow, I want to get you out of this place of shoulds because it's a really heavy burden. Sometimes we'll think that like we should be working, we really should be resting because we need the rest, we need the recovery, especially if you're a high performer or a high achiever and you have these ambitions or you come from an upbringing like I did where I do not like laziness. I do not like to feel lazy or look lazy or be lazy. But what my inner warrior really needs, and even my outer warrior, is to actually write in some laziness, some relaxation, some rest. And there's different definitions of laziness and rest and relaxation. That doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. So I think my sound might be a little bit off. So if it is, I'm trying to figure this all out and I don't have all the fancy stuff yet. And this is another piece of, me thinking I can't do the podcast because I need to have all of the fancy stuff in the fancy room and the fancy speakers. But you know what? I just need to go with what I have. You just got to go in the power you have. You have to go in the strength that you have. You have to go with the knowledge that you have. There's so many different voices that we're listening to. And I want to make sure that like yesterday was the permission, right? That you have the permission to do things on your terms, even if it upsets the other people in your life. That's their problem, their expectations. That has nothing to do with you. But Shouldville, that should monster, right? I want you to just kind of look today on this Friday. I like Fridays for reflection because you have the weekend to actually do the work, to think about it, to reflect, to journal, to write, to meditate, to worship about it, to praise about it, to pray about it, to pursue it. Like you can take the weekend to actually do something about your future self, to take action on your future self, to get your ass out of Shouldville. Because the easiest way to do this, I summed it up last week, is you should do the thing you think you should do. Done, right? Like if you think you should be doing something else, go do the something else. If you think that you should leave or you should step up or you should speak up or you should ask the question or you should ask for the raise or you should leave the relationship or you should go to the gym or you should do another rep or you should lift a little bit heavier or you should eat healthier food or you should make the doctor's appointments or you should forgive that person or you should read the Bible or if you should do your devotions or if you should go back to church or if you should do the networking group, you get my drift. You should go do those things. At least try them. The rule of three, right? Try it at least 3 times. Attempt it 3 times. Like that was something I taught my kids very early on. And it's a whole nother podcast, but it's simple as, my kid would be like, can you do this for me? And I would make try 3 times. And by the third time, he got it. So usually by the third time, you either are like, yes, this works for me. I fit in here. I can see myself growing here. I'm challenged here. This is working for me. I like this. Or F no, I'm out of here. This is not for me. This isn't sitting right, because your gut is God telling you yes, no, go, stop, pause, right? So you want to listen to that. But the first time is usually awkward, right? The first time is usually uneasy. The first time is you're not sure. You're sizing people up. You still got armor up. You still got a wall up protecting you. And your future self like doesn't exist yet. So as you're trying to become this person and be this person and do the thing that this person does, you've got to allow for space and wiggle room to grow into that and gray space. And you can't do that if you think that you should be over here doing this or you should be doing that or you should have said this. So I'm really just wanting you to practice to start stepping into it. That's the first thing with it. Because the should monster, right? Like this should monster, it's a little snake. It's very sneaky and it gets you and it just twists that knife of guilt, of shame, of judgment with yourself. Like if we're so worried about I really don't worry too much about what other people think. Every now and then I do if it's somebody that's important to me, but I don't care so much because the people that are important to me and that really know me, they know that I'm on a mission. They know what type of personality I am. They know that even if I don't say it or show it all the time, that I do care about them. They know me. They know the authentic, true me, and they either accept me or they don't. And if they stop that, peace out. It's okay. You outgrow people. You outgrow jobs. You outgrow habits and behaviors. And if you're still getting stuck in something because you think you can stay, then you're in Shouldville, and the sneaky should monster has got you. So I want you just thinking about, like, what do you need to start? What do you need to stop? What is that should telling you? And then break it down with my RTX method. Break it down with, and obviously goes really deeper into my Rise coach program. Here I go on this Friday. I'm looking for three ladies today that are like, I should do this, right? Like, I should do this. I should see the dream through. I should overcome this problem. I should end this pattern. Like, I want to lose the weight. I talk about weight loss a lot because I've helped thousands of people lose weight and get fit over the 2 decades that I have been a fitness instructor, aerobics instructor, personal trainer, boxing instructor, all of the things. Did you know, fun fact, I was a USF boxing adjunct professor, meaning I taught for their PE department, and kids got college credit for taking boxing classes, and I was their instructor way back in the day, many, many years ago. But that was a pretty awesome thing that I got to do. One of the fun facts about me, if you didn't ever know. And I boxed a couple times in a ring, and yes, it hurt like hell, and I was scared out of my mind, and I'm pretty sure I cried out for my mom. I popped my shoulder out one of the times, popped it back in place, kept fighting. Uh, that's life. That is life. It's doing those things that are scary and that are unknown, and that are gonna knock you down, and you get back up and you try it. So where in your life are the shoulds, right? Like, first we've got to identify some of these things, and let's break it down spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. The rule of thumb, right? Try it 3 times, right? The thing that you think you should be doing, go do it, right? Then just stop what you're doing and go do it and tend to it, because otherwise it's taking up your attention and your energy, and it's slowing down the thing that you're wanting to focus on, or you're supposed to be focused on it at that time. I know a lot of my business owners, my entrepreneur women, struggle with this, or I've got a couple right now that own their own business or they work from home, and they think that, like, they should fit into that box of the 9 to 5, and that they should do it during the 9 to 5 hours. And if they take, time off from 1 to 4 p.m. and they rest and they relax, or they watch TV, or they go to the gym in the middle of the day, that they feel guilty about it, that they're not working. They should be working. And that's one of the beauties of creating a life that you crave, that is your lifestyle, that is on your terms, is that you get to determine when you do all your shoulds, right? Because there's a thing of, like, I should go to the gym and I want to go to the gym. And that's a completely different mindset and podcast. But today I'm just really trying to get you to think about those shoulds, start doing them when they come up, when they rise to the surface. Do the should, take care of it right then. And once you start handling that, your rhythm, your routine, your schedule, I like to call it a rhythm, your schedule that you want to do. I was using Chat GPT last night. I actually have a love hate relationship with this thing. Sometimes it makes life way worse. And I was trying to have it, I was like, hey, these are the things that I want to do. These are the things that I need to do. These are my checklists, like all the things that I wanted. Can you put it into a format and a formula for me and schedule it out for me, for the next 5 months? And everything that it suggested to me, I started moving things around because it's my rhythm and it's my lifestyle, and I cannot follow and be boxed into certain rules or regulations that a computer or a boss or somebody else thinks I should do. So it's funny that I'm like asking for the help, but then I'm still making it my own. And then oftentimes that just brings awareness to how you really want to do it, the path that you really want to take, so that you do the thing that you think you should be doing. So, and that's the cool thing about my Rise group coaching program, is that I teach you how to listen to that intuition, how to act on that intuition, how to create the life and the lifestyle and the rhythm that works for you. And it's not cookie cutter, it's not a blueprint, it's not a follow this map, it's not module, it's not lessons, it's none of that. It is legit real life. These are the things that are important to me. This is the ideal life that I want. This is what I'm working with right now. This is my current life, my current lifestyle, the current way I'm doing it. This is what I keep getting pulled back into, all of the should monsters, right? And I need to get out of living here in Shouldville. And I want to be in the life where I'm free of that guilt and that pressure and that self-induced shame and stress that is weighing on me and keeping me from being liberated, from breathing, and from showing up with an energy that is powerful, yet peaceful, that is calm, but is committed to conquering the things that are a battle for you. So go check out The Rise on this Friday, robintanner.com. It might be up today already, The Rise. If not, it is just still go to The Rise waitlist. And again, comment below, share, like this, please. That helps me, it helps you, and it helps the person that needs to hear this today. I show up because one person matters. I was in a coaching summit last year with Brendan Bouchard and all of us. I am a certified high performance coach through the High Performance Institute. And he was like, if we don't, we show up and it's like, if one person liked it, or 10 people liked it, or 3 people showed up, or it hit like 50 people instead of 5,000 people, or whatever those numbers are. And he had a really good illustration of the whole room stood. There was like 1,000 or 2,000 of us in the room, and I was a VIP, so I was sitting in the very front. You should totally do everything VIP, even if you can't do it like all the time. You need to start doing it if that's where your future self is going, because you do not deserve to sit in the back row. And if you're scared and you think you like sitting in the back row, you've never put yourself in the front row to where you can be seen and you can be heard and you can be validated and you can be acknowledged, not by others, but by your own inner power. Whole nother podcast. And he basically had all of us stand up, and then he started naming off things, right? Like problems and pains and things we've been through and overcome. And we're a room full of total strangers, and some people are sitting and some people are still standing. And then he started breaking it down by rows and the number of people, until eventually there was only about 50 of us, left standing. Like the first 2 rows, this is spread out, over like several rows. This is a big ballroom. And he's like, look around. The next time that you think that you don't matter, or what you're saying doesn't matter at work, it doesn't matter in the household, it doesn't matter if you're a teacher with all of the kids, right? If only one kid got it and you're focused on the other 25 kids, or in the boardroom only one person voted for you, or you get what I'm saying. Then there were still 50 of us left. He was like, this is who matters. That their life matters. That those people that you reach matter. So when you share things, when you read a book or a podcast or something like this, or a coaching program or something that you think that somebody else might benefit from, it affects that person, which then affects all of the other people that are, you don't know the other people in my life here, but it affects them, right? It affects my kids and my husband, and it affects my husband's kids and his family, and it affects my clients, and then my clients affect their clients and the people that they touch in their job and their families and their lives. And so it's the domino effect. So you've got to share things without hesitation. And you can only do that if it's like on your heart to do so, right? Like it's an invitation and it's an offering. It's not a forceful pushing or anything like that. So without going on that tangent, it wouldn't be one of me, Robin's, rants or podcasts without me going off. So, and I mean off the path, not that's the Tigger and me going off the path. Anyways, happy Friday. Let's get you out of Shouldville today on the daily fight. Think of the should monsters. What is taking up your attention and your time? What are you letting pile up like the laundry, right? What can you start to put into small little chunks and bits and pieces so that you are making progress on it? Start doing the thing, because what you think you should do is the green light in your life for you to go into your confidence, into your authority, to build up your integrity, to build up your independence, your own thought process, to create a rhythm behind all of that, so that Shouldville doesn't exist because you're already living the way that you want to be living. And when you're resting, you're resting. When you're working, right? When you're on vacation, you're on vacation. And then we're not so compartmentalized in our life. And you can have that peace and that freedom, and they can be intertwined together. So I hope this helps somebody today. I probably said that 10 times, but that is my goal in life if I reach just one person. So please share this, comment below, and I will see you next week on Monday. Have a great weekend. Make sure you take time this week to reflect, kind of reset, plan for the week ahead. It is back to school for the kids. Yay! Hallelujah. It's back to school for a lot of us, meaning we get back on schedule because we're going with the kids. I have been sleeping in all summer, so I am back to my early morning wake up. And ladies, let's get you enrolled in the RISE program. If you want to overcome some of these struggles, if you want to turn them into your purpose, if you want more passion and more peace, if you want to step into like that future self, if you want to unleash your badass inside, if you need to wake up and just regain control over your own life on your terms, if you want to recreate it and step into it, go check it out. Enroll today. Price goes up next week. So in fact, I think it goes up tomorrow, Saturday, and so do some of the bonuses go away. So go check it out, get signed up, don't wait, don't delay. I'm telling you, it is a life-giving, life-changing um transformation program. And once you experience it, you can't unlearn it. Nobody can take it away from you. You cannot lose it. And it will really help you disrupt the areas of life that you don't even know don't belong to you right now. And I want to give that back. So happy Friday. Thanks for being here. Peace out.